Well, hello there, strategy game fans, and welcome to my first look at a very fun strategy game called Graviteam Tactics. Now, if you're looking for a game that really goes to the very strongest attempt to get that wonderful realism that us as strategy gamers enjoy, shut up, Hitler, for a moment. I'm trying to talk here. Just get past him. You really don't have to look any further than this wonderful game, and it is, of course, Graviteam Tactics Operation Star. There are a ton of different mods that this game has. You could play anywhere from the Afghan-Soviet conflict all the way back to the first battles of World War II. In this case, we're sort of in the middle, and we're going to go ahead here and head to the Kharkov defense operation. And I'm going to go ahead and basically show you guys how these campaigns work. Now, I've never tried the Taranovka campaign with the 78 Guards Rifle Division, so we're going to go ahead and take a look at that. And I'll sort of give you a rundown on how the game works. Now, this is just letting you know kind of how things are going to go. We obviously want to work this rifle regiment all the way down here to the 6th Panzer Corps. Once we get the okay on that, we're just basically slowly moving these men. And as you can see, we can move them anywhere around the battle. Now, who I really want to move are these tanks. I want to make sure that our tanks are out in front, because I'm pretty sure we're going to be dealing with some German tanks, and I don't want to come unprepared. So we're going to go ahead and do that. We'll also get some infantry units in support of these tank units as well, and just start basically moving these guys up slowly. What else? Mortar units too. Wow, that's awesome. We'll go ahead and... This basically allows you to see what kind of units you have in this group, etc. So this is a tank group. Obviously, we have tanks. We're just going to go ahead and end that, and I'm actually going to just go ahead and end the turn, because I want to get a battle started for you guys. And already we have a battle over here. It looks like the enemy didn't take our bait, and they're actually mapped that we just loaded up here. Now, if I'm just going to go ahead and show you guys how dynamic this game is. It is ridiculously dynamic. You can sort of look around here now. These spaces aren't going to be here forever. We're just in the placement stage. But for instance, if I just go real close here to my men, I can see each individual guy here, and the actual combat system itself is excellent. And I want to make sure, see if we have any actual rifle units, or actually anti-tank units. I hope we're not facing any tank units at all. I don't think we are, but I can't be certain. Now, what I'm going to do is go ahead and take some of these guys and throw them in the woods here, because I already see this area, Erika 2. It's held by the Germans, and we want to take it back. These are mainly infantry units, as I believe you can see here. I'm going to go ahead and zoom in on this guy. So this is an AT unit. This is definitely a guy that I'm going to want to keep around in case we have any encounters with tanks. I'm going to keep him back here. And I think I'll put the rest of the guys sort of in the same area. I like how these guys are already set up, sort of aiming outwards in a defensive position. And you can obviously entrench these guys, all sorts of different things. But for now, I think I'm going to keep it pretty simple and just go ahead and start the game. So we're going to press play here. We're ending deployment phase, and at this point, we will be playing at night. Now, this game can take place at any part during the day or night. It really doesn't shine on either. I mean, I would say it shines at night because of the beauty of the tracer rounds, but both are wonderful experiences. First thing we're going to do, this game operates a lot differently from other strategy games. We're going to go ahead and order a fast move for all these units here. Now, I am not the most proficient at this game, and I'm basically sending all of these infantry units out there all alone to deal with the enemy. And actually, since these guys are entrenched, it wasn't very smart of me. I'm glad I didn't unpause the game yet. I'm actually going to go ahead and have Biloiski's unit go ahead and just defend, and as well as Sergeyev's unit here, we're going to just defend with them. And with the rest of these units in the back, perhaps, Zhdanov, or at least these guys over here, how about, we'll start advancing on Erika 2. So let's go ahead and take these guys and start advancing over here on Erika 2. We'll fast move, and we will go ahead and unpause the game. So at this point, the game has begun, guys. This is where the really begins to get interesting. You can see we've got some units here led by Alexandrov, and wire link is lost. That's not good. So we actually lost a wire link with one of these divisions. Not the greatest thing, but it happens, so we have to deal with it. I don't like how these guys are moving around a lot, because I was hoping they would stay in their defensive positions, but I think probably just pressing all this movement kind of messed them up a bit, and also the wire link breaking must not be great. I'm going to go ahead and send them over here to defend this area, and I'll do the same with Biloiski's brigade. Now, a lot can happen before we have any sort of contacts. It really depends. At this point, we're going to keep advancing on Erika 2 with Zhdanov, Kulimov, and all these guys, and we're still advancing with these two units, and so far, as you can see, we don't have any real contact with the enemy. we're not really too concerned about it right now, but obviously that's going to change. Right now I've got a lot of units defending these sectors because I'm much more concerned about an enemy attack. So what I think I'm going to do here, guys, is I'm going to go ahead and unpause this, or pause this, I should say, and get to a point where there's actually some action and show you guys that, because that's where I think the game really begins to shine even more than it is now. Okay, guys, it looks like our men are engaged in mortal combat here. You can see our Soviet men over here trying to fight. There's actually, the Germans are actually dropping a flare down on our position trying to capture us. And as you can see, the actual amount of men coming out of it is beautiful. You can see these tracer rounds flying out at the enemy. Excellent representation of battle here. The cacophony and the sounds of battle are deafening, as you can tell here. And I'm going to try to hit one of the enemy armored vehicles over here. We do have some AT guns, but they're at a very, very good position, and it's going to be certainly very hard to hit them. I'm going to go ahead and aim all my guns towards these men here. But at the same time, I need to watch my positions in the trenches here, where my men are sort of stuck. And as you can see, I brought a lot of men out here to support the defense. This may not have been the best idea. We're going to go ahead and basically just set these guys down, set them on a defensive course, and just have them hold the point as best as they can. Let's take a look here. It looks like we've got some Germans over here too. And you can really orient yourself however you want in this battle. Do we have a hit here? Oh boy. Alright, I see that. Did I see that? That's the truck right there. We've got to hit that truck. And I'm not sure if we even have a weapon that could destroy it. Let's take a closer look. Looks like we've already done some damage to it, if I'm not mistaken. There's definitely an axle down over here. And that may just be the machine gun contact. I believe our machine gun may do some damage to it. I'm not sure. Let's go over here and see how our infantry is faring in this battle. We really need to hold these trenches. See, there's a lot of contact. Those tracer rounds are just basically different engagements going on. We do have some units back over that way, and they may be firing at the enemy. But right now, the enemy's really trying to push forward. To just show you here, this guy took Kharkov. He's in a really beautiful position to hit some enemy troops, but we're still trying to spot them. And see, we've got some down here, etc. They're hidden by the line of sight. That's actually the enemy units firing on our men. Really not good. I want to take a look here. Alright, we definitely got a hit on this car. Amazing. I want to see if we actually did any damage to it. Oh no, never mind. It seems to have a gun of its own. Oh, beautiful. That was definitely a hit right there, guys. You can see the car is actually trying to escape. And our AT gunner is doing his best to go ahead and take that car out. As you can see, he's once again out of the line of sight, which makes it very hard for us. You have different commanders that have different abilities. For instance, they can fire up a flare, stuff like that. I just don't seem to have any of those commanders on me right now. We can fire on the area. Let's see. Set a fire arc. Make sure what's going on here. Okay, there we go. Yes! Kharkov is opening fire there. We're really trying to hit the enemy. You can see that these battles occur at 600, 700, 800 meters. Really quite realistic. You know, battles aren't always close combat. Obviously, this game does have situations that are very close combat, but right now they seem to be doing okay. We've actually got one guy up here. I don't know what he's doing. It's actually crazy. Wow. And you can see over here we've got some dead men. Unfortunately, these are Russians. We've lost them earlier in the battle. Wow. Imagine being under this kind of withering fire. Alright, so we're firing at that German position right there, guys. Absolutely beautiful. We're actually taking fire from that position, too. Try to get one of these units to start moving forward. And that looks like actually, sometimes units will fire flares up that are not particularly effective. This seems to be the case here. Alright, the flares are up. This is what I'm talking about. This is not good. So the enemy can definitely see us better. We can see them too, but we're not doing much to them, to be honest. These are armored cars. Yeah. Alright, let's see if we manage to destroy one of their armored cars. even more enemy contact. Wow. Boom! That was another shot. And we are hitting this guy quite a few times. I'm just not sure if we're destroying him entirely. We're definitely hitting his armor, but our gun may actually not be strong enough to even penetrate his armor. So I'm going to go ahead and try to hit this guy right here. And actually, I will set him as a priority target. Let's see if we can do anything to him. These men are very afraid, we'll say that. Under heavy, heavy fire. Doing our best to hit the enemy. Come on, boys. Yeah. They missed again. Boom! So he's still firing on this guy. I think because we're not hitting his actual side armor, that's why we're not able to actually blow him to bits. Let's go over here and see how our infantry is faring. Wow! Okay, so we did actually manage to get the enemy to abandon his vehicle, guys. Oh no, never mind, that's ours. That's our AT gun, which is apparently considered a vehicle. Let's go ahead and take a look at what the enemy's up to. Alright, so our men are entrenched, but we've got a tough fight ahead of them. We did manage to kill one German here. It's actually the first German that we've killed in this entire battle. We have a wounded German over here as well. You can see yellow means wounded. And actually, we may have killed one. Yes, we did. We killed another German with our tracer fire back here. It's pretty far away. Let's take a look at that dead German. Let's have a look at that. Beautiful. Alright, let's see what's going on here. So, again, there doesn't seem to be very much we can do at this point except hold our positions and hope we can kill as many of the enemy as we can before they get their armored units near us. I'm going to go ahead and try to open up on any number of these assault vehicles. Oh no, more flares. Now, at any point in this game, obviously, you can transfer your order of an AI commander. Finally getting some kills on these guys, but those AT guns are devastating. Or I should say, these armored cars are devastating. Still got some tracer rounds going out, but I'd rather they fire the tracer rounds over here. We're going to try to push one of these machine guns out by the woods. It's going to be a risky move. See, these guys can barely actually move it up the hill because they're so terrified. Alright guys, wonderful. We did finally get a hit on an enemy vehicle. Despite the enemy obviously getting really close to us here and destroying a ton of our men. You can see a lot of these men in the trenches are unfortunately dead now, and or otherwise totally impaired. We've got that wonderful German vehicle on fire, and that always puts a smile on my face. Okay guys, now after a battle you get a really cool screen like this. Now what I actually did was I fled in this battle. There was no way we were going to win. I just wanted to show you guys really the beauty of the game, the different things you could do. This is just one battle of many you could obviously fight. Now in this battle we lost 28 men as the Soviet Union. 4 of those were wounded, 28 of them were killed. And actually, sorry, we lost 32 men. The enemy actually lost 15 killed, 8 wounded, so we still managed to do some damage to the Germans. We also managed to take out one enemy vehicle, actually. If we go down here, I believe it's called an abandoned vehicle. Unfortunately, we had 6 abandoned vehicles. Oh, here we go, sorry, vehicles destroyed, and abandoned units, which regards to like AT guns, machine guns. We had 6, the enemy had 1. So we definitely got our ass kicked in this battle. One cool thing you can do, though, is even after the battle's over, you can go back here and go ahead and take a look at what the battlefield looked like right when the battle ended. Now, all of these little blue circles that you see above the enemy, that relates to German units. All of the dead men with nothing over them relate to Russian dead, which is unfortunate. But all of the dead men with a little gray circle over them, for instance, this one right here, refers to German dead. So if we just kind of map up for a second and take a look here, you can see that there's quite a few of each. And actually, we were able to engage the Germans over here in this wooded area, and look at that. Absolutely beautiful. We massacred them before they could actually get in. We got this guy with the MG42. Unfortunately, they got in and absolutely butchered all of our poor Russians here that were entrenched in this position. They actually have 2 guys guarding here, which kind of sucks. But we did manage to hurt them, for sure, which is pretty awesome. Now, I'm going to go take a look here, because I want to see the handiwork that my gun did. At this wonderful vehicle here. Now, unfortunately, the Germans did take out this entire machine gun unit. We did take out one of the Germans as he was advancing on it, which was beautiful, and we also blew up this nice little vehicle here. So I wouldn't consider it overall that bad of a defeat. Obviously, could have kept the battle going and possibly won. But as you can see, the Germans had all of these vehicles. All we had were kind of really weak AT guns. If you guys saw earlier in the video, you really have to upgrade those AT guns or get new ones, etc. The AT guns we had were so weak that they could only do damage to the German armor from the actual side here. And once we hit that vehicle in the side, once we got that angle on it, we got an absolute beautiful explosion out of it. So we need to remember, you need to remember in this game to always try to angle your shots. Obviously try to use cover in the woods. That's how we killed so many Germans on this advance, because we had far weaker units. We're also entrenched here in this position. And as you can see, a lot of close combat happened in this area. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed looking at Graviteam Tactics. I absolutely adore this game. It's one of my World War II favorites. It's very, very in-depth, and there's definitely a steep learning curve, but once you actually get into it, it's probably one of the most beautiful World War II games I've ever played. Anyway, I hope this really wraps it up, and I hope it gives you a good idea what the game's about, and I hope you'll check it out. Thanks so much, guys. I hope you'll leave a like down below, and don't forget to have a great day.